In our example 6, we are given problem to solve geometrical progression, GP, and we are told that the third term and the sixth term of a GP, the third term is 48, and the sixth term is 14 to 9, 14 whole number 2/9. So we have to calculate the second term of the GP. Whatever we have to calculate here, it is customary that we find the first term and the common ratio. While we have first term and common difference for AP, under GP, we have what we call common ratio. And the reason being the fact that under AP, we have things like 2, 4, 6, 8. That means this sequence grows by addition of 2. But if it is GP, instead of addition of 2, it will be multiplication of 2. So 2 times 2. Here the common difference is 2. If you say 4 minus 2, 2, 6 minus 4, 2, 8 minus 6, 2. So, but for this one, we'll have it as such that common ratio is 2. Reason is because if you say 2 divided by 2, 4 divided by 2, 2, 8 divided by 4, 2, 16 divided by 8, 2. So their common ratio is 2. So we can see now this one grows by multiplication of 2. 2 times 2, 4. 4 times 2, 8. 8 times 2, 16. So this is the idea. Now, if the terms in AP, if the first term is A, and the second term is A plus D, and the third term is A plus 3D, fourth term is A plus 4D, and so on. For GP, first term will be A, second term will be AR, third term will be AR squared, fourth term will be AR cubed. So we can see now, why this one grows, you can see that it's coefficient that keep increasing, and here, it is the power of the ratio. This one is R to the power of 0, and R to the power of 0 is 1. 1 times A is A. R to the power of 1 multiply A. R to the power of 2 multiply A. That means the general formula for this one, if the fourth term has power 3, that means 100th term of GP will have power 99. Hence, nth term of GP is obtained as Tn equals to AR to the power must be 1 less than the term it represents. So if it is fourth term now, for example, fourth term, when n is 4, the value here will be 4 minus 1, which will be 3. So we'll come back to what we just explained here. So in this case, we quickly go back to the question and have it solved without further ado. So we come back, they said the third term is 48. So you say T3 equals to 48. But the formula for T3 is AR squared equals to 48. So this, we call it equation 1. We call it equation 1 because we cannot go further solving it since it's a single equation containing 2 different unknown, 2 different letters. So we target equation 1. We also go and say the sixth term, T6, T subscript 6 is given as 14 whole number 2/9. It's advisable we convert this immediately to improper fraction. If you say 9 times 14, that should give us 126. If you now add 2 to it, it will be 128. 128/9. So since the formula for T6, is AR to the power of 5, AR to the power of 5, so will become 128/9, and we have this as equation 2. From here, unlike other types of simultaneous equation that we say use substitution method, use elimination method, the idea we want to employ here is that since this left hand side is a single term, you know that A and r square multiply here too, a and r to the power of 5 multiply. So what we simply do is to say divide equation 2 by 1. Divide equation 2 by equation 1. From there, we have equation 2, the left-hand side is ar to the power of 5 divided by the left-hand side of equation 1 is ar squared, which is equal to the right-hand side of equation 2 is 128 over 9, 128 divided by 9. So now divided by 48. Let's use this type of division, divided by 48, so that we can later simplify. Hence, a cancel out a, and if you say r to the power of 5 divided by r to the power of 2, law of indices, it will be r to the power of 5 minus 2, and that should give us r to the power of 3, which is equals to 128 over 9 times 48 means 48 over 1, so times 1 over. The moment you change the division to multiplication, remember our knowledge of fraction, the next you invert the next fraction, just switch it so that denominator comes up and numerator go down. So we have this. So numerator will go up and this denominator will go up and numerator comes down. So we can now simplify. To simplify this, we say 128 divided by 48 should be able to go. Okay, if you can go directly, let's say this one gives now this 128 divided by 9 times 48, that gives 432. So if we simplify, we can use our calculator to simplify. 128 divided by 432, and we leave it in the least fraction possible. We'll have r to the power of 3 equals to 8 over 27. So that to make r the subject of the formula finally, we want to remove this power 3 cube. And what we introduce its inverse to remove it. So which is cube roots. To do that, you introduce it on both sides so that cube root and cube will cancel out here. You have arrow left equals to, you now have cube roots on the right, 8 over 27. And this means r equals to the number that multiplies itself 3 times to the 8 is 2 times 2 times 2. That means cube root of 8 is 2. And the number that multiplies itself 3 times to give 27 is 3. 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. So our common ratio R equals to 2/3. So what are we asked to find? We're asked to find the second term. We're instructed to find the second term. But to do that, since it's only common ratio we got now, we must get the first term to be able to do that. And to get the first term, we can substitute our common ratio in equation 1 here. If we substitute it in equation 1, so we have, in equation 1, we have ar squared equals to 48. And that will be a into our r is 2 over 3 squared equals to 48. So we want to continue from this other side here. And this later becomes, this is 2 square over 3 square. 2 square is 4, 2 times 2. 3 square is 9, 3 times 3. So 4 over 9 times A. That is 4A over 9 equals to 48. To clear the fraction, you can as well cross multiply. So this will mean 1 times 4A, we have 4A equals to 9 times 48. 48 times 9 gives us 432. We can now divide both sides by coefficient of A, which is 4. So A becomes 432 divided by 4, and we obtain 108. 108 as the first term. Hence, to get the second term of the GP, second term, which is C2, equals to AR. And that is A is 108 times R. Our radius, our common ratio is 2 over 3. 2 over 3. So if we simplify this correctly, we'll get our second term as 108 times 2, 216, and 216 divided by 3 should give us, divided by 3 gives us 72. That means the second term is 72. So we move on to the next example.